Yamona bro, wope asasia ehoju, asasia wone langard fo enyasem, asasia nenkratan so ehye pa dia, eno ane Diamond Grand Real Estate. One ensase no ewo dencha, tebu ena afense Fantimaira, we nyina ewo amasaman kwantempo no eso metre, owaga South Mensi no emo, asasia ye ka ho asemi die enkania ensuo ena afense akwan ededemu dada. Hwehwe Diamond Grand Real Estate etwa akwan ewo Accra, Tabora number 5. Anampo se framu ewa homachofo isu 0552 487 385 0552 487 385. Beto asase na wonso yentimi mfro efiera. Esane enyuma painting. Yatu yedi no litigation, no landguard. Diamond Grand Real Estate say your satisfaction is our pleasure. Hello Ghana for Diamond Grand Real Estate abamu bibiara. Said yempanyifo eka yenu. Di ope ade akokotoko no ye mona bro. Wope asasia ehoju. Asasia wone langard fo enyasem. Asasia nenkratan so ehye pa dia. Eno ane Diamond Grand Real Estate. One ensase no ewo dencha. Tebu ena afense Fantimaira. We nyina ewo amasaman kwantempo no eso metre. Owaga South Mensi no emo. Asasia ye ka ho asemi die enkania ensuo ena afense akwan ededemu dada. Hwehwe Diamond Grand Real Estate etwa akwan ewo Tosu dunkru won fimpemienu no eduonu enum wo maimunsam ena afa yamahodo sensama yaboabo ano no emre asose mede besomo wo diamond no nsia kase so kase bono ensama ebedi mu akutini bi anese Ghana yamampani John Dramani Mahama wakopiemu wo Sierra Leone maimu a woni mampani e wo ho no akotwetwe nkomo sene beya impumto ebeya adwuma wo oman Ghana mu interior minister so abekasa efa akwetia MP no arrest no ye bura kase bonimu a obenya ensam no mu enti ase ye papa afa basabasa ye ma ne homne so wo Asante Mantamu wo Ashanti Regional Council of State election no mu we na Ghana fo nyina ye hwe nim se aposifo hwehwe mu a wo mo aye no wo mo de ho nsam ebebreye 2025 budget ensama omo ekenkan edemaye no enyade a woni kyese won bosha obehye no ebo ebrakra we every etiwa east MP aseye ye ne sama hudo bi enenanwumre maboabo na mede babesomo e wo Diamond Kase so mede aseda no ebe ma Diamond Ground Roller State Diamond Ground Travel and so enenwumre Diamond Ground Roller State se wo passa se krogen asase amanso eni ho asase on Langard for enyasam dia na se wodi weni etwem e wo na seye obebo ama wonsa akabi afa hwehwe ne chakwan e wala pass Sabora number 5 omone Diamond TV and what dan kronemo afa so Diamond Grand Travel and so frefre wo so wa kwanto enkrata sembiara fa bedan na wo be hye aye bibira kama ediama country ben and apesa utukwan ekọ fa ni nyina ebedan Diamond Grand Travel and so aseye ombeboa na bibira apesa utukwan kobia no ombetimi aboa na wukọ wonyina wo ne chakwan e wala pass Sabora number 5 omone Diamond TV and what dan kronam frempanyfo ewa 0552487385 0552487385 media sedan so ebema Ben Light Enterprise and anyway Ben Light Enterprise say what they can papa every amonane edi abreyen eruntin tempara no but Diamond TV di na 50% discount ewa na share was so pe headlights so lights bumpers bibi biara ye spec car bia no Ben Light say what di bia ba ene tihwehwe ne twakwan ewa eye enkran he Aboso kan City Light Junction Frepenye Pano ewa 0247888591 0247888591 media sidabio munso ebema Hachia Slay Empire owedi ho ehia ye papa na chese wapomodin ho sem ehia dia na Hachia Slay Empire samencho se what the supplement ahodo abetwa so ebeboa ama owedi ayefe enetene tempara some hwehwe ne twakwan ewa La Paz abeka kwan na so woni Total Filling Station as a Fidelity Bank no en edition ni mofra Hajia e wo 0248045224 0248045224 na woni Hajia ending komo nyume koi adaroma en enanwume wo mo ebo mechidoma mede Diamond Kase e ba besom enanwume me amede Kase boy ebra mo medin adema osiponyo yenda ye hombra ye ba mede Kase boni nchemu ebetwaso for mesanso amobi biara kwa babiam Diamond Kase so eni esesisia na wuchim we fidie no ade ato hade a na mekai wo se e Diamond Kase so eni afi yembonra kasebo no emo ye yebonra kasebo no mudia na Ghana mampani John Dramani Mahama sesia ye no mu kasedie wakopiemu e wo Sierra Leone man mu a chese wode srahwe akopiemu e wo hwa woni mampani a e wo Sierra Leone e kotwetwe nkomo afasene ye beya impumtuo ebe adwuma ewo oman Ghana mu ena afisi Sierra Leone man mu odi ade a opiem wo ho sanye be ya wo beboa ama eniama ekoso nyina no wo mbehwe aye ne nyina kama edi ama Ghana ye mpuntu ena afisi Sierra Leone so mpuntu na special aid edema Ghana mampani John Dramani Mahama Joyce Bawa ena de sansem we etudwa ewo ni Facebook abefonten tan no so.
Indeed, we have discussed a broad range of issues, and one of the most important points we agreed on was to establish the Permanent Joint Commission for Cooperation as quickly as possible so that it becomes the institutional framework for us to build our cooperation on. There are many areas in which we can work together. And as he said, we discussed issues of agriculture and food security. We discussed issues of power and electricity and how we can work together to enhance the West African power pool. We discussed issues of education and exchange, and we believe that the Permanent Joint Commission for Cooperation is going to be the best avenue on which we can build this cooperation together. On sub-regional issues, as an old face but a new face in ECOWAS again, we discussed issues to do with the issue of terrorism and the issue of the current Alliance of Sahelian States and ECOWAS. And we compared notes because he had previously visited the three countries and I had just recently visited. So we compared notes and we believe that it can form the basis for us to continue to cooperate as members of the same sub-region. He also briefed me on the effort that is being made to get a common African position on the issue of Security Council reform. And we are very much in support of the efforts that he has been making in that regard. And I pledge to him that we'll continue to work with him so that he can be the advocate for doing that. And so these were the major points of discussion. At the end of it, he gave me a meal of jollof rice, and it was very sumptuous. So I officially invited Sierra Leone to join Ghana and Nigeria in the jollof competition that we've been having.
Official handshake, we see this brother colleague.
To achieve all of these objectives, we agreed to revitalize the General Cooperation Agreement that was signed in 2018 between Ghana and Sierra Leone for the establishment of a permanent Joint Cooperation Commission, JCC. I have also proposed that the inaugural meeting of JCC be held in Ghana at a date to be agreed upon by our foreign ministers. On regional security, we discussed issues bordering on terrorism, violent extremism, conflict in the Sahel, drug and human trafficking. We reaffirmed our commitment to cooperating and coordinating efforts to address these challenges confronting the regional and the consequences on peace, stability, and prosperity. On continental and global issues, we have discussed the United Nations Security Council reforms and the progress made by C10 in canvassing, defending, and promoting the common African position. We expressed our support and commitment to working for peace on the continent through regional and continental mechanisms and in consonance with continental processes.
Abusiafo yetwa kasia bodo so diana obenim bosome da etoso enso won fempemienu ni eduonu enum yemo ena eye akwatia member of parliament NS Kumi womo ekwache no efa ensensem bia na ekoso eho na wei ena minority leader wonyamfo afanyoma ken ede nsem bi ebetu dwa wo kire mu se ekwan ana ko faso pese wo kire no na achese emfa mrakwan so wei ena interior minister wonyamfo Mohammed Mubarak Muntaka abechreche nsemu a wo kire mu se eye kwan a wo mo faso ekire na achese eye mrakwan so yie papa esan se court ema won kwan se wo betimi ache no na achese wo mu ebisa na no die ensem.
The Koforidua High Court on 19 February 2025 issued a bench warrant for the arrest of NS Yao Kumi, Member of Parliament for Akotia constituency. The warrant was served on the National Intelligence Bureau (NIB's) Eastern Regional Office through the National Security Coordinator. Right Honorable Speaker, the circumstances surrounding the attempted arrest of the Member of Parliament by the officers of the NIB was therefore to carry out the orders of the High Court per the warrant dated 19 February 2025 for committal for contempt. Mr. Speaker, a while ago I just drew the attention of this House that crime will be treated as crime. And once a court issues a bench warrant for an individual for a crime committed, it is for the state to ensure that that person is arrested. And Mr. Speaker, this was done in line with our laws. He committed a crime. The court said he has committed crime of contempt. And the court issued a warrant for his arrest. And the state apparatus just have to implement the court decision. And Mr. Speaker, as to who physically took the warrant to the National Security Coordinator or to the police, remember, you are an officer of the court and you know better than I do that in the court building where you are, you have police, you have all the other operatives. Once the court issue a warrant for an individual for committing a crime, I just earlier said it, crime is a crime. It does not know a member of parliament or no member of parliament. He committed a crime, the court says he should be arrested, and we have to effect the arrest.
Ajefua bosmeda etosu dubako won fempemienu ni eduenu enum yemo ena Asante Mantamu ni pabonfo bi ekopiemu ewo Ashanti Regional Council of State elections ana ekoso ewo kwa wode basabasayo ene mentime ho ase eba dwumedie no ase na we ena Minister of Interior when monyamfo Alhaji Mubarak Mohammed Muntaka eden sem ababetuja wotwom aposifo egusua eye ensem no mu hwehwemu enu ntene Asante Mantam ena afeso de Ghana man yenhwe enim se aposifo wode won hwehwemu no ebebreying.
The police administration up to the end of this month to give me an update. But as to whether the investigation will be completed, like I said, they are looking at the footage and trying to identify the perpetrators, get them arrested and prosecuted. And as you may know, if you identify someone and you cannot find that person, how will you be able to say that at this particular date I can finish? But the update, I'm sure, they will give me periodic updates, and at the end of this month, I expect an update from the police administration on how far they've gone with the investigation and whether they've been able to make some arrests, and if they have, what they are doing. So surely when I get those updates and you are interested, why not? I'll let you know. The Speaker, the leader is telling me, the minority leader is telling me there was some arrest. My report doesn't indicate so. So I'll find out from the police, because what the media reports may be different from what the police report. So I'll cross-check from the police whether truly on that said day there were some arrests. But what they told me was that they are reviewing the CCTV footage and they will be able to identify the people, because like you rightly said, it's a daylight thing, so you'll be able to identify who first jumped over the barricade and all that. Then they will pick it from there. But the information to me hasn't indicated that there was any arrest on that day. Mr. Speaker, I treat crime as crime. And as he rightly knows, crime has no color. And definitely, once you commit a crime, it does not really matter which party or which tribe or which religion or which group you come from. Once you commit a crime, crime has been committed. And I can assure him that once crime is committed, I will support the police 100% to do the needful and make sure that the perpetrators are brought to book. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
I was therefore yet to Cassia about the Sodiana Canny Minister of State, Edema Finance Ministry, no, and our year as Osansia MP, Edema Etwa East, on Monyam for Abena Osei Asari, Abekasa Afa 2025 budget, no, now what in Sembi Etuja, what you must say, na abano yet yombe bia se, Wamobe taxes, Ninyamanyama Bebre, na if we bosha Kessia abano, at the share Ghana for now, wish 2025 budget, our Ken kan ye dia na just say boshe ne dia ne budget no embo brakra.
In the year 2021, the world's economic growth rate declined from 6.3% to 3.2% in 2024. Advanced economies also saw their economies declining from 5.5% in 2021 to 1.7% in 2024. And here comes Ghana, who is also part of the global economy. We saw our economy coming down from the 5.5% in 2021 to 5.7% in 2024. Instead of acknowledging this, you come and then you paint a gloomy picture, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, clearly, Ghana is the envy of the advanced economies and the world at large, with a growth rate of 5.7%. Mr. Speaker, let me remind my brothers on the other side that when they were leaving government in 2016, what was their growth rate? 3.6% against a revised target of 4.1%. Mr. Speaker, when you also go to page 8 of the budget, in page 8 of the budget, the minister acknowledges that inflation is a real concern in the ECOWAS region. And Ghana is also part of the ECOWAS region. And so minister comes here to paint a picture as if Ghana is not part of the ECOWAS region. And we are all trying very hard to tame or bring down inflation. Mr. Speaker, they presented to us, to the people of Ghana, that this government is a government that was going to rationalize expenditure and cut waste. But Mr. Speaker, they should tell us where in this budget have they rationalized expenditure? Where in this budget have they cut waste? Rather, they have sought to add 43.5 billion Ghana cedis to the expenditure budget. This is not Abna saying it. This is your budget speaking to that. Mr. Speaker, they are hoping that at the end of appropriation, we will give them the permission to spend 290 billion Ghana cedis. When, Mr. Speaker, this year is not an election year, so there are certain expenditures that they are not going to incur. We, in an election year, did an appropriation of 250 billion. So when you come and you tell Ghanaians that you are rationalizing expenditure and you are cutting waste, what are you doing?
Mr. Speaker, the honourable member failed to tell this out that Bible quotations are also missing in the budget. Did you find a Bible quotation in the budget? And the honourable member told this house that we said we are cutting waste, but it can't find any expression in the budget. Mr. Speaker, if you had 123 ministers and if you reduce it to 60, a difference of 63 ministers, go and check the overhead expenditure on them. 63 ministers. How much you guys spent on 123 ministers? Was it not a wasteful expenditure? By the end of 2024, Mr. Speaker, statutory payment stood at 10.4 billion in arrears. Common fund, health insurance, GET fund, road fund, all were in arrears. And government is saying we are going to decap national health insurance, road fund, and make sure that resources are made available for those institutions to do their work. And we are allocating 7.5 billion to DACF. Mr. Speaker, and the instruction is the administrator should transfer not less than 80% to the local level for development. Under your administration, you sat in Accra, awarded contract, building 100 quarter facilities. You go to the district, you ask the DCE or the regional minister, who is the consultant, who is the contractor, they don't know. How much Did they call the state to put out the facility? They don't know. We invited the Chief Justice. He has no idea whatsoever. So the money that was meant for local development, somebody sat in Accra, awarded contract, and imposed those contracts on the assemblies. So go to our villages, you see poverty. Officers are there working, but no resources. They take monthly salaries, but they don't have resources to work. NDC say no, we should transfer not less than 80% to the local assemblies for development.
And Monyamfo Isaac Adongo Awano Ayamrashebejeni Edma Boligatanga Central Abatuo Empeswa so and another Wakasa Etia Akufado Nabai Mampenyi Dada Nabaya Watchers Ekwanya wadiga na efa so no de na chese enya kwan papa so kra eyade a wo mo ase wo man niye papa na wo hwe ekwan a eye mampanyi dada na dodan kwa Akufado esibu o man ne de a na wo hwe kra na entwe yie krakra na ode nsambi etudwa wo chemu se yebe hwe eye ye current situation na ye wo mu anase aban fofo wo mo apaso enwuma wo ye ene chese pia wo man Ghana amanaju be eju no dia na wodi mo ene yopa ma John Dramani Mahama Nabainu
budget that makes sure that even if you don't have the money, the state will help you pay for your first school fees. At the end of the day, this is not the type of budget that put our children into NAPCO and rob them of their allowances. This is not the kind of budget where the government didn't have money, but was busy breeding ghosts and paying them. And failing to pay national service personnel, but they had money to pay ghosts. This is not a type of budget. This is a human-centered budget where the ghosts are back. Some are sitting at the back there. When you are going, look over, there's a cemetery there. They are back in the cemetery. If you pass through Awudomi, you see some of them that they are crying that we have taken away the money they were chopping at the NSS. This is not the type of budget that we are here to joke with. But Mr. Speaker, we have a government which for several years, we are bringing a big push. We have made an initial allocation and your case were getting stuck in your campaign travels. We are not going to do year of roads. We are going to do proper roads. And you see every Friday, this gentleman will give you an update on what we are doing to fix our roads. But Mr. Speaker, apart from that, we were in this country when we heard that there was a minister for railway development, a minister for aviation, a minister for port, and a minister for transport. Now we have almighty one man. He doesn't have macho hands, but he has this one. He is the only man doing aviation, doing railway, doing port services. The work that 5 of you were doing, only one man sitting here is doing them. And you are not clapping for him.
And to Akasia Bodo Sudiana, former lands minister, when Monyamfo Samuel Abdullah Jinapo, a idea what in Sambia Baba Tuja Wocho would say, Yensham ye papa na ye forest reserves no, ye ma ye ni enko necessary and no ka say dear. Amanyofo no and Aja can't answer what they yen ya war here, and no, or best re abane se won koso na won ye enyamane hwehwe mu ye papa se ye beya amanyo ni biada ye beso won sasa wo fa kweti kwa so ese ye forest reserves ni nyana no emra no ene wo endipa.
I rise to support the position of the minority leader, the Speaker, on the need for some pre-laying procedure. But Mr. Speaker, the point is, the need for this pre-laying is all because the submissions made by the Honorable Majority Leader and the Honorable Minister for Education, Mr. Speaker, in some respects, does not contextualize the issue because the President has the right under the national constitution, under statute, to exercise a discretion for mining to take place in a forest reserve. Mr. Speaker, as we speak today, the 18th of March, Tuesday, mining is happening almost in all the forest reserves of our country. Today, Mr. Speaker, today, Mr. Speaker, the coalition against Galamsey, led by the venerable, respected Ken Ashibe, has actually come out with a report about how political party kingpins, believing that their party have won power, taking over the forest reserves of our country. So that's why I'm saying that the pre-laying is necessary. It's necessary for us to be able to have a thorough, in-depth interrogation and discussion as to how this can be formulated and presented in a manner which will truly, if that is what we want to achieve, will truly oust the discretion of the president in granting right for mining to take place in forest. But as we stand today, pursuant to the provisions of our national constitution, where all mineral rights have been vested in the president, and pursuant to Article 256, and pursuant to the Minerals and Mining Act 206, Act 703, Mr. Speaker, the president has a discretion, in spite of this amendment, the president has a discretion to grant rights for mining to take place in any forest reserve. And I want to conclude by submitting and doing so forcefully and vehemently that as we speak today, 18th of March, Tuesday, the forest reserves of our country have been invaded and they are being mined.
Minister for Energy and Green Transition Onmonyamfo John Jinapor Samuel Egadia Wade Enkaibo Abamonte so wechemu se Asante mantamu no America kreni na chese wonkania honsam enkoyi kakrakra na we ene wode bo hye pa ade akomatumfo wo asante mantamu ene ne important se ya de wo hye nim na bibibia da efa wonkania honsam a entwe yenu wo siesie nyina ade ama we nti enche bia wonkania nsam no ebegina ne naso abiem
ahase ye behwe transformer grid cofo esine fufuro 145 MVA transformer. Dada no 66. Nti say what the 145 eba na chese Honda no akosuru ye pa. Nti Kumasi for be na mienu mu ho senkania no edundum kakra. Ye switch over. Na mfidie no say wo switch every dada na ko efoforo na wo de aba na. Aya na etimi haw kakra. Nyamencha de bebia yedru no empanyifo na ma yate asese bibia koyie kama. Nti efri na ekono. Esi hu se enkania no ekwanim enkania na gina na senia eduma na asaso no ebekọ fom kra na abrase. In fact nya ye ne se Kumasi ha nyina enkania ne bibre beba ha na ye de amaga na for de diguma na ne aka no so no ya export. In fact na wochi etwam ya Burkina for ba ha so mo sere yen omo enkania no nke betimi amom bia ka ho a ntina kire se akwanya wo ha ye betimi aton kania ne bebre nti yebekọ so disa adwuma no na ya make sure say enkania na gina kama na obi ansa aka eye afie atwam ya bosumi bia na aban ne share load. In fact December crowd almost share load a ma ne kodro 750 megawatts jina che say enyina enkania na yeso mu no problems na do so bebre right nti na moto abamaye esi yire ho na yebra ni nyina ase na enkania na ekononim.
We want to appreciate your sense of urgency with regards to helping us solve this ongoing power problem in the region. For some few weeks, if I may, maybe some months, we've been having this erratic power supply. Others have blamed it on sabotage, others have blamed it on a lot of reasons. But the last time I met with the ECG and the power sector players, what I noticed was that there was a communication gap between what they are doing and making that information available to the public. In times where there is even planned maintenance, you hardly get to hear of it. And the only thing you realize is that your power is taken without recourse to anything. So I met them and I
encourage them that as much as possible, communication is part of the work. So if there is a challenge, let us know.
For Yantua Cassia Bada Sodiana Trade Minister when Munam for Elizabeth Ofosu Ajare and Sambia Baba Tuja Wochemuse Ayagana Mampeni John Dramani Mahaman Jaya Swan Senka Wabeba importation of savage vehicles Erasi savage vehicles and I say Casa wamo assess due to say accident cars and a casa biaya where you wadano and your crown away and what they in Sema Baba Tuja say on the war schedule say a quine bia Robert Faso sa Imrana what the buyer say a yadia one fasa cast no embo main or beshe now with me a bobo musanya be ya won't bet me a banes and your manina eddie few woman ganemo.
The campaign season, Excellency John Dramani Mahama promised the people of Kokompe, Kumasi Magazi, as well as Aboso Kain, to remove the law on salvage vehicles. What I need to do is to do stakeholder consultation pursuant to the amendment of the said law. They are creating a lot of jobs when it comes to even training. They are teaching a lot of skills. What they are doing here, if they will not be able to do it, I'm sure we have to import labor to fix these things. They are excellent at what they do. A car will enter this place and how it gets out, you will see the transformation. And so the services they render to the country, the jobs they create, and the markets they have here, I think is awesome. And we need to assist them to do their businesses very well, diving into foundry. And so I'm sure that all this will help the country if we assist them properly.
Yes, nkitaudie wo ne adwadefo ntem nti wono as trade minister no wananti abaye na so if you say it's a good start adwane ebedie in fact ayenum guasema as 68 years of a nation say that's what kram of China near the abahar how local rice eba ne go on we yanye ne pa momonto it was kind of school for hospitals near your government ne feed omo ba minim say mpanyimfo no over the years omo nya because of say ne omo benya free some protections no contract no man kofo na omo benya percentage no enu mo hia omo so no man ye die no adumra yes no ne make sure say ye ne ankasa aduane e bedi die yetim produce yetim nya food sufficiency kura dollar ne pressure was no almost by 30% of it e be free so ama de bia na dollar ni tu america ma ahokyera ba o manu mu nyina afiri ho no.
Professor William Aka, our principal research scientist at our Council of Scientific and Industry Research, Building and Road Research Institutes, more a idea what then Sembi, Ababetuja, what you say, a year who see a free cast that day when a casa fe casa, as I say, who see a nina appear from Ubani, Yanya Shea, a one who ye papa, a son says, I will see an idea, a the idea more dimpa, a bread, a yet memufa or ben. Anything yen ye na yen she mu se sa ka se wusie nyina efri mu ba ne betimi atwe yen ho ade efri ho
bre ne hu se congestion ayeka abo apeso no edoso bebre ewo yen akwanso na ebo peso sa na ehusie bebre wonam hokra wutimi se ehusie ne free ka no na eba na se ehusie ya eba se nipa atwenkoni mu a hanipa for akwan bebre so yare bebre akoma yare wontime home cancer ene se bia bewo akwara bi na wadi form nsa ne nan ni nyina no yebetimi de ahyeomo because say enoma na Africa num ni bi no ema de acid rain eba nti ma biodiversity nenso no essay na yehu se utu kwan na nwusie ya ye sesi anu ye nheda enye enoma emfa ho esa nti ya adwen se yen collect ne friend baseline data on pollutants no Africa nim no so wo kwan ne ho a sen enete se ne be ya ebetime dia compare international standards na yehu na ye besan so aye exhaust emission pollutants na efri car no eto eba no levels na eba no meet international standards na cars ben na eye emasa pollutant no eye bebre na yewia ya ye map ye be kire say Greater Accra Metropolitan Area mu ha nyina no area ha sei ukọ ha enwusie no pollutants na Africa num no ewo hopa na ebia ha ina dikan na ya yesa enoma ni nyina na ewia ne ne o stakeholders no atnase na adwen ho na ya hwe ekwan ya ye befa so a ebe masa pollutants no abafom ohwa combustion engines no ebe ni fuel na enwusie no eba immediately your immediate environment nti eno ne ba so ba ohwa electric vehicles ya ebe ya eno no o charge we say no na so the car ne kwa eno no produce any pollutants bia nti eye aman bebre no aye kwan a omudi yisa combustion engine vehicles no afi omo aman mu se ne be ya unam kroma you don't even come close to these pollutants no nti se yekosa eno so ebeboaye
vehicle emission inventory project. One of the things that came out of our strategy and from the data was that across the nation and across the city, more than 50% of the vehicles registered in the country of Ghana operate in Accra. And what we found in the numbers is that transport contributes about 40% of the pollution we experience. In the whole country, transport contributes 40%. It's not different. So if we have most of the vehicles in Accra, it means that in Accra, the percentage could actually be more. And so this project sought to, or seeks to, allow us to estimate the pollution that is coming from transport.
For me the more atwas dia na ye boera edwadie mu nsam na yenhwe nsama ekoso ewo ho na ne de wo edwadie mu nsam no Amansia Rural Bank PLC eyade a wo boa ama funding support ediama enyuma nketwa ena afenso adentemu sanye beya won betimi abwa won ama won enyuma no akona nim na san hwehweye ayade a wo ye ewo Asante Mantemu hwehwa ena afenso na adentemu no won so betimi epeja won mu na bia won pese won mudu no won so eju hobe.
Those who are operating their own business in the artisanal unions and groups so that they can access this facility and then expand their businesses. As the name implies, they always find it difficult raising collaterals and other or meeting other requirements to access credit facility from the bank. But with this design and then its implementation, it's very flexible. All that it requires is that they are able to prove that the cash flow from their business are sustainable. Now that we have launched it, which means we are going on a full scale. So other businesses which are not or which were not invited to this very program, we are going to visit them and sell our products so that a lot of people and groups will be captured and brought under this very product.
The German government provided this funding support to work with the financial institutions to develop products to address the financial needs of the SMEs. Most of the SMEs don't have access to finance. So we gave this technical assistance to this institution so that they can develop product that addresses the needs of the MSMEs. So we collaborated with them, gave training to the financial institutions, created a section where they can interact with the SMEs to understand their financial needs, their business cycle, so that the product that they develop will be able to address the needs of these institutions. And we are hoping that when these MSMEs access this facility, they will be able to expand their business and then create more jobs for the youth.
abusianfo ma me fa monto aso e wodwedie mu ensam mu dia sagana fo ye nyina ye beka ya Ghana mampeni John Dramani Mahama eyade wode bohye e bae a wo kire se wo bebie bank he dia ma ema wo omanyimu na we na wotwa sika ye 51 million Ghana cedis eto ho se anke no na wode ebie bank na we na wona wo wonim de e wo sa enyadwuma yi mu nyina e de nsem bia betu dwa wo kire se 51 million Ghana cedis no enyade betimi ebie bank kra na we and Professor Peter Kote Awono, a Director of Institute of Statistical, Social and Economic Research, and in Sema Babetuja, which you must say, Enkebeya. Banks are what the dano, one ka one to my embuano, na say one fat one shayeni na, and down, na once want to mean buana, one come boom. Na in my banks, our person will be at the man banging on a bit to me edging us on 51 million a year, and yadia ye bet me at the BBI, our banking.
But generally, the hope every taxpayers because he live in Kekahono ye trim and see taxpayers. Although Minjin to me say betting taxes say year no fee but another discussion. But I think say other tax reliefs need tax reforms never ban. See it me ye na de na nyina ye ntuana and in fact development tembra say tax bebadia it should be for different reason and yeah for covid trim nti by we sky bia o agenda 111 project here start yentimi nwie nti Ghana for momboaye yen use covid levy yen sisa de no nya na agenda 111 levy and I say hospital development bibi na nyina ya so na eja enya hospital so be boaye nyina ye ho atoye. Now your point about the women's banking we say ye ma me re nuamba ma na ye mom sika untimi attend this kind of round nti we support oba na the business and the juma tumpon e boa family na e boa busia no nti sa nti na women's banking na e be say promote but the point say ya ne say anka banks bo hodeda ADB, NIB, Ghana Commercial Bank, Fidelity, all the other banks, you know, and it means setting up department that has a unit. This is kind of form because ADB were over 80 something branches. Ghana Commercial Bank, our branches be across the country. NIB, you know, more branches. How the form are cheaper, better than say we could set up a new one. And no question is who could be branches were across the 16 regions and across the how many districts who could set up branches were and no bet take a lot of time before we reach out to
Godfields Ghana Foundation idea wamo ebue 68,000 smart laboratory and innovation center ediama new Atobua community basic school no ewo takwa no ewo atoye mantemu na eye hihye nyina idea eba beboa ama emofra no etum esua artificial intelligence ye trinity say AI robotics and afense no one betimi afa abefo kwan so etimi esua de
Foundation invested over $60,000 in this project, which is intended to serve students from primary 5 to JHS 3 in new Actionable community-based schools, as well as other public and private schools in 2022, the Ghana Education Service introduced computational thinking as part of the curriculum for basic school education. Unfortunately, a lot of the public basic schools in the country do not have the facility to support the teaching and learning of the subject. Teachers in some basic schools, especially schools located in smaller communities, depend solely on textbooks.
For the sensing, I can use the ultrasonic sensor as an example. It senses an obstacle. It can be used to measure an obstacle, centimeters or inches, which will help prevent accidents and help measure things easier. As a student, it will improve my knowledge and it will make me be more curious to learning more things in robotics and learning more about robotics.
It is expected that pupils will develop some core competencies such as digital literacy, critical thinking, innovation, collaboration, and the like. However, teaching the subjects has become a Herculean task for most of our facilitators, since most of our
for ha and a bread by my quine na yerika sibonina ebeba ne wieye ansa na yebekono ensema edi akotene ewakase bonum bi anese Ghana ya mampani John Dramani Mahama de wakopie mu ewo Sierra Leone maimu a wone mampani ewo ho etetwenkomo se ne be ya impumtu ebebra o man Ghana and afi Sierra Leone maino emu interior minister so awa bekasa afa Akweta MP arrest no eho and afi National Regional Council elections basabasa ye man homene so ewo ho no ade aye hwe nim sa post for won hwehwe mu a wo aye no wo mode ehon sam ebebre Ghana fo nyina 2025 budget eye NDC edebre ye no enyade ene won bo hye no ebo ebrakra we every etiwa East MP asie ye we ene sam ahodo bi ene nanwumre meboabo na mede ebesom mo ewo Diamond Cassia so media sedano ebe ma Diamond Ground Real Estate, Diamond Ground Travel and Tour, Ben Light Enterprise and afis no Haja Slay Empire wamo ene bomb chitoma ene nanwumre mede Diamond Cassia ebesom mi amede Cassia boy ebremu medin edima osiponyo makramo.
My confidence every day, and you never thought that I would be okay. You lied to me, you make me want to freeze. Coming back on your knees, oh no, so you no go get again, boy you won't get again. Make you no disturb me, cause I no go demand you. Oh no, it's too late, it's too late, it's too late, it's too late. You lost a good one, my Obia Shamiri. It's too late. When you see sexy body, sissy fiam wanesa, it is one I make cosa, I me trisa, sa. Say pressure be rising, I dream no betting cake. When you see sexy body, sissy fiam wanesa, it is one I make cosa, I me trisa, sa. I say you don't go get again, boy you won't get again. Make you no disturb me, cause I no go demand you. Oh no, it's too late, it's too late, it's too late, it's too late. You lost a good one,
Abla junga mansuma katila nuorieni kate wale te kuntare fanga Afrika te mala abla junga mansuma kate tare hakela kana ne dogenga kuntare tona Today I tell you my people shine like the bright star in the skies cause there's a brand new day for the best to play Today I tell you my people shine like the bright morning sunlight Let the whole world know the future is bright. Africa, yeah, Benkati Chang. Oh, mama. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, mama. Oh, yeah. Shine for me, mama. Shine for me, mama. Boy.
Chike yeah yeah Esken paluta yeah Ouch yo 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 Free your mind To a dream Yeah they all let go Intieri I'm a fucking Udini pano a chedi an imponyo Atadi imponto binashe Free your mind To a dream Yeah they all let go Intieri I'm a fucking Udini pan what you doing in Ponyo Atadi Ponto be now a show Girl free your mind your man I dream to be a let go and tell you I'm a fucking Udini pan what you doing in Ponyo Atadi Ponto be now a show And so you no pure to me wow The rest of my year will be a decent year open idea. So did you becco? Was that idea becco? See, come out, see a becco. You won't be any in the back country. Then any brain, on no becco, on no be say, Mama, when you was free. Yeah, any brave. Oh no, no, oh no, no. Why you? Udini pano echedi animponyo. Atadiamponto binasho. Free your mind, do a dream. Yani ahola kawo intedi amafuake. Udini pano echedi animponyo. Atadiamponto binasho. Obi bawa samani ya baby arangani flow. Obi si wataiwa your baby arangani. Munyana move front to my crown, so I say, oh dear, no. Oh no, sure, gonna, oh dear, sentana, shower. Udini pano, a cherry, and a ponyo. Ah, I'm going to be now, I should. Nana, any dream. Oh no, but song. Oh no, but say, Mama, when you was sweet. Go down, I live, go. Udini pan what you did in Ponyo. I thought you won't to be now a show. Go free your mind, do a dream. Yeah, they all let go and tell you I'm forgetting. Udini pan what you did in Ponyo. I thought you won't to be now a show.
Yeah, yeah. Really speaks. La 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 la, yeah. Slay nation.
Bumi di mami.
Say, stay.
Baba,
Send you where that now you know. Send you where that now you know. Send you where that now you know. Strong ya misao. Na wachimbe make a cry. Minu ya betu awe. So what you can cross slow motion. Slow motion. You make a check body lotion. I didn't move no pushing. So what you can cross slow motion. Yeah. Slow motion. You make a check body lotion. I didn't move no pushing. I want to see you dance. I want to see you. Me better enjoy it. Yeah, release the stress. Happy yourself, enjoy your life. Send a party, I cheat the M&A won't go. I want to see you dance. I want to see you. Me better enjoy it. Yeah, release the stress. Happy yourself, enjoy your life. And I cheat the M&A won't cry.
Bumi di mami. Begado. Hey, Zadiero. I'm Zadiero. Ose brown, oh, by no jeans, no box size, sister, me by idea, no. So, my mini wa, and I won't go on out here. Me the same when I'm in my no prime, me the just a cream, messy cream, boom, wow, shot. I was just going to the more. On him, I couldn't do more. Where so I can come in the sister, if you are 2 billionaires. I was just going to the more. On him, I couldn't do more. Where so I can come in the sister, if you are 2 billionaires. And mommy, I
go see another. Sika show bottom. And you were penny.
Messima white dot no. Messima skin and I thought no. Messima girl who was selling no. I know come to wait. Now say pena betina yele tene no tene. Now say we feeling I'm feeling the on the be around me until be the right. But now I'm trying to get girl. That is trouble, baby. I I don't know how come go to get this is a true perfect kaka. When you go pay, when you sit down, I can't tell you what for that.
Said you wet that now you know. Said you wet that now you know. Said you wet that now you know. Strong ya misao. Now what you be make a cry. Me know ya better away. So what you can cross slow motion. Slow motion. Me make a check body lotion. I didn't need no pushing. So what you can cross slow motion, yeah. Slow motion. Me make a check body lotion. I didn't need no pushing. I want to see you dance. I want to see you. Me better and chill it. Yeah, really.